Good evening, hello. I'm at Warsaw Chopin Airport and today I'm traveling to Lviv in Ukraine. And in fact, it's my third visit during COVID. So I already seen the city during the pandemic and now obviously we've got summer. So hopefully the city will be slightly different, less restrictions and hopefully everything's open this time. So I'm looking forward now to exploring Warsaw Chopin Airport, flying with LWO and obviously showing you beautiful Lviv. It is my first time in the non-Schengen LWO Polish Airlines business lounge and I'm quite impressed. I mean, it's a little bit smaller than the Schengen one, but it's cozy and you've got a nice view of the planes, so it's really nice. Miguel, are you happy about flying to Lviv? Which seat do we have to go? 6. And this time Miguel, Lopez, Sanchez and so on join me on this trip to Lviv. And obviously this is one of my many trips to this beautiful city, but Miguel's been for the first time.
The first time there.
Are you excited?
Yeah, very excited.
Good evening. On behalf of Polish Airlines, Star Alliance and our partner airlines would like to welcome you on board this Embraer 175 aircraft in this evening flight to Lviv. This flight will offer you complimentary snacks and water. Enjoy your meal and please remember to put on your mask after your meal. Proszę Państwa, w imieniu polskich linii lotniczych LWO, Sojuszu, Star Alliance i linii partnerskich witamy Państwa w Lwowie.
Dziękuję bardzo, do widzenia. Good evening. I finally arrived in Lviv and the flight was only around 40 minutes, so very short, and I didn't even manage to finish my water before we started to descend and land. And I will be here for the next 2 days, so I'm really excited for my time in this beautiful city. But it is just past 1 o'clock in the morning, so I better get the taxi and make my way to the hotel as I'm really tired, but very happy to be back. That's the toilet. Oh, the view isn't probably the best. Good morning. This is our day one in Lviv, and we're starting it, of course, with the breakfast. And we are at Ibis Styles Hotel. That's where I usually stay when I'm here, and it's only a couple of minutes away from the city center. And hopefully the coffee and the breakfast will wake us up, as it's going to be an intensive day. How are you feeling, Miguel, in Lviv?
Tired, I need coffee.
One of the places you have to visit in Ukraine is the Russian chocolate store, and that's a great Ukrainian chocolate you can get everywhere in Ukraine, but here in Lviv there's quite a big store which you can't miss in the city center, and it's quite nice inside and you can get some decent chocolates, and it is named after the former president of Ukraine, Poroshenko. That's why the name Russian. So what do you think about Lviv? You like it so far?
Well, I like it so much. More than Poland.
Excuse me? Well, Ukraine and Poland are brother nations, no? Też
Yeah,
braterskie narody, co nie? Ukraina i Białoruś, Boże, Polska. Now I'm in the front of the Opera House, which is one of the symbols of Lviv, and my friend Włodek decided to join us. He's my private tour around Lviv every time I visit, and this time we're exploring Covid19 Lviv during summer. No, Miguel, how we drink in Poland? Patrz, jak my pijemy, to co tam robicie? Patrz. We drink this. Na weselach tak się robi, co nie?
U nas tak piją, a potem się całują.
Oh, he says that's how they drink, and then they kiss. Oops. Now we are at the cherry vodka, is it called? No, it's drunk cherry, it's called. Pijana wiśnia, tak się mówi? Is it a chain or is it a special place? Jakieś wyjątkowe miejsce do picia?
To jest najlepsza wiśniówka w Lwowie, którą to tylko może być, albo Ukrainie.
It's the best cherry vodka in Ukraine. So apparently that was the best one. But we have it in Poland as well. Na zdrowie.
Lekka.
Nie, dla mnie nie lekka. Dla mnie za mocno. Nie, co ty?
Naprawdę?
It's strong for me, for him it's light. But I'm not really Polish. He is more Polish than I am. I'm in the front of Adam Mickiewicz's monument. He is Poland's national writer. And in the city there are plenty of signs in Polish, as obviously Lviv, or we say in Polish Lwów, used to be part of Poland prior to World War II. So it is quite nice to see a lot of Polish signs all over the place, and obviously monuments like this. I'm at the market square, and that is considered to be the center of Lviv. And now we're looking at all these restaurants and people around, I just feel like in pre-COVID world, which is so nice to see. And all restaurants are open, and I don't think there is social distancing in place between seats, so restaurants can be fully occupied, which I shall say is nice to see. Obviously, it's a bit of normality returning, which we all missed. So we are now at 36 After restaurant. 36 po, tak? Tak. Chodź. Dobry dzień. Teraz tak chyba? O, super. Super. Now we are at the restaurant called 36 po. No?
36 po.
Okay, 36 After, and we're waiting for our Ukrainian food. But I say cheers. Yeah, na zdrowie. Na zdrowie?
Na zdrowie.
Na zdrowie. When in Ukraine, you have to make sure to try the local borscht, the beetroot soup. Even in Poland, we say that the best beetroot soup is from Ukraine. The correct way to eat the soup is to add the cream. Make it a bit too fast. Then you take a piece of bread, garlic, take the garlic, and you take the soup.
Nie, tym, będziesz food blogerem, nie?
Food blogerem. How is it, Miguel? Good? Do you like it? Nice pescado. Tired? No? Ah. Who's this? Raccoon. Oh, look at his legs. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. No, cześć.
Bo gryzi,
Cześć.
bo gryzi różne...
Cześć. Ojej, cześć.
To jest ten, że je...
Nie była właśnie ładna. How are you feeling, guys? Jak się czujecie?
Umieram.
One of the best spots to admire beautiful panoramic view of Lviv is to come to Wysa Hora, Wysa mountain, and you can literally see the old town and the high castle, which is another place to admire the panoramic view. Probably slightly harder to get to, but I mean in terms of walking up, but this place is less frequently visited by tourists, so you may not see any other people around here. I was the only one who actually got down to see the panoramic view, and Miguel and Wodek were too scared to go down.
No, not scared.
Weak people. We are just weak and old. Idź, tutaj. Do zobaczenia. Powiedz, że Adam jest coś. Adam, tak jest. Nie? I'm at the cat cafe now in Lviv, and we've got so many cats here, and you can not only enjoy amazing cats but also have some good food. Well, variety of good food, starting from cakes and even pizzas. Aww. Дякую. Now I'm exploring Lviv at night, and as you can see, the city is much busier than during the day. And obviously we are still in COVID times, so I didn't expect to see so many people around, but it is quite nice after a while to see so many people in the restaurants, in cafes, and everything being open and full of life. But it is much different to my previous visit, still during COVID, back in November 2020, when I was here for the last time. And it wasn't as busy as it is now, so it is really nice to see this normality, and hopefully things will be getting better forward in the future. As our first evening meal, we decided to have some Georgian food, and we are at Tamada restaurant, literally 1 minute walk from the market square, and we're having khachapuri, Hungarian style, I think it's called, and the other one with meat. And even though we're in Ukraine, you can get here very decent Georgian food, which is never a bad idea. Good morning! We are starting our day 2 with breakfast Ibis again, some syrniki, which are cheese pancakes and scrambled eggs and broccoli. I don't know if it's very Ukrainian, but it's tasty. And soon we are heading to explore this amazing city further. Now I'm visiting Wojciechowski Cemetery, which is one of the oldest necropolis in Europe. And this place is significant to the Polish culture, but also to people who were part of the city of Lviv, or previously Lwów. and that's where you can find a lot of graves of famous Polish people, and also famous for us Polish people Lviv eaglets in the background, who were defenders of Lviv in the Battle of Lviv between 1918 and 1920. But I recommend for anyone to come here just to admire beautiful graves and just to get this atmosphere of the cemetery. It's really, really interesting. We're climbing up the St. Elizabeth and St. Olga Church, and I'm feeling dizzy already. Oh. Hola. I'm on the top of St. Elizabeth and Olga Church, and you can get here a nice panoramic view from the top of the tower, and you can see the St. George Cathedral and the Old Town from different perspective than the Wysa Mountain and High Castle. So I recommend to come here, but you have to pay 25 hryvnia, which is definitely worth it. Another important spot to visit in Lviv is St. George's Cathedral, which has the oldest bell in Ukraine, and it is quite pretty because it's built in the late Baroque style, and I highly recommend to come and visit, but it's a little bit away from the city center. Dziękuję. In this sort of weather, traveling by tram can be quite challenging because there's no air condition, so it's very difficult. And the face mask on the top is just crazy. Dziękuję. Now we're having our lunch at Baczewski restaurant, which is one of the best restaurants in Lviv, in my opinion. And you can try here typical Galician food, typical for this region. Obviously it's a mix of Polish and Ukrainian cuisines. And now I'm trying żurek, which is a sour soup with eggs and sausage. You see, I don't know where's the egg. Oh, there it is. Yeah. Some potato, horseradish, and something, which I don't know what it is. I'm chili. Miguel is trying homemade chłodnik, which means a cold soup made from beetroot, yeah? And the plate is made from ice.
Yeah.
Just to make it even colder. Try and tell me what you think. Nice? Ukraine and Poland are really famous from its trout. So I would recommend to order that fish rather than any other fish. Obviously Ukraine and Poland have seaside, but I think lake fish is even better here. Nice? Dziękuję. I'm on the top of the town hall, and that's another spot where you can see the panoramic view of the city, and I think probably that's the best one. Obviously I have to pay 50 hryvnia, so it's slightly more pricey but still cheap, I would say, and you can admire the old town from very, very close from above, and you can literally see the city around.
Добре, але вона не на знижку. То добре. Давайте.
One of the things you have to try in Lviv is the Lviv homemade chocolate, which is comparable with the Belgian chocolate, and it's very tasty. Amazing, but I'll be dirty. This is so many calories, but worth it. As my final dinner in Lviv, I decided to come to Leopold's cafe, and basically all dishes kind of look like an afternoon tea. I mean, the way it's served, but you've got like starter, I don't know, medium course and main course, I don't know, but it's really, really nice, and it is 11 p.m. So basically you can eat as late as that, and it's amazing. Good morning, I'm back at Lviv airport and I'm about to travel back to Warsaw, of course with Polish Airlines, and like always I had a great time here in Lviv, and possibly the reason I sound a bit non-enthusiastic is because I'm quite tired and it's an early departure as I'm flying at 6:15 a.m. and I only went to bed at 3 a.m. So I guess I may not enjoy this airport visit that time, but I'm still looking forward to showing you how the airport looks during the Covid-19 time, and also how was it to fly again on Polish Airlines back to Warsaw during Covid. So let's find out and check the airport. As you can see, I'm half alive and I'm falling asleep, but I'm having very needed cappuccino.
We remind all passengers to keep distance from other travelers while boarding, as a measure to prevent the spread of Covid-19. Passengers on board Polish Airlines flight number 758 to Warsaw boarding flight is now open. Please proceed to gate number 4.
Dzień dobry. Dzięki. Dziękuję bardzo.
Ja chyba pana coś oglądałem.
And finally I'm on board of Embraer 170 to Warsaw. And funny enough, one of cabin crew on this flight knows my channel, which is quite funny because I don't have that big audience yet, but it makes me feel, well, happy that someone appreciates my content.
Dzień dobry Państwu, w imieniu polskich linii lotniczych LOT Sojuszu, Star Alliance i Partners witamy Państwa na pokładzie samolotu Embraer 175 w locie do Warszawy. Good morning ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of LOT Polish Airlines, Star Alliance and our partner Airlines, we'd like to welcome you on board of this Embraer 175 flying to Warsaw.
Please make sure that your tray table and seat are in their full upright position.
Ladies and gentlemen, according to public health requirements and additional health checks and orders related to epidemic risk of coronavirus, all passengers are asked to fill in a passenger logging form and health declaration. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of LOT Polish Airlines, Star Alliance and our partner Airlines, I'd like to welcome you to Warsaw.
Where is Lviv? 2. I've arrived at Warsaw Chopin Airport and my flight with LOT was very good, quick, as it was only maybe 45 minutes, and also it was my first time crossing the European Union border from outside Schengen, or in fact from outside the European Union. And as of now, if you're entering Poland from outside of Schengen, you have to be fully vaccinated, otherwise you would have to go into quarantine. But luckily I have my 2 jabs, which means I'm out of quarantine. But hopefully soon this won't be required and we'll be able to travel without any COVID passports or COVID tests. Until next time.